Did NASA, USA, really land on the moon? Russia demands probes into missing video and lunar rock. Russia is calling for a formal investigation that would clarify once and for all if the US did ever land anyone on the moon.
Did NASA, USA, really land on the moon? Russia demands probes into missing video and lunar rock. Russia is calling for a formal investigation that would clarify once and for all if the US did ever land anyone on the moon. Vladimir Markin, a former spokesman for the government's official investigative committee, said the committee had called for an inquiry to find out what happened to the original footage of the first moon landing in 1969 and also lunar rock, brought back to Earth during the several missions. The moon landings have been a staple of conspiracy theorists everywhere since 1969. Most claim the missions were faked on a Hollywood-style film set. Mr. Markin, who resigned from the post in October, did not go as far as suggesting the missions were faked, but said as part of world history it was right to establish what happened and an inquiry could provide new insights into the historical journeys. He said, "We are not contending that they did not fly to the moon and simply made a film about it. But all of these scientific, or perhaps cultural, artifacts are part of the legacy of humanity, and their disappearance without a trace is our common loss. An investigation will reveal what happened."
In 2001, David McKay, chief scientist for planetary science and exploration at NASA's Johnson Space Center, said most of the soil and rock removed from the moon was stored there, but it is unclear where it all is now, 46 years on. U.S. media has speculated that the call is no more than a smear since the U.S. brought about the downfall of FIFA's leadership following its corruption inquiry. This was because in an article for Russian newspaper Izvestia, Mr. Markin said U.S. authorities had crossed a line by launching a large-scale corruption probe targeting 9 FIFA officials. He argued this lay the U.S. open to scrutiny of its own actions due to the high number of conspiracy theories that the moon landing videos were faked due one of the flags having a shadow and blowing in the wind despite there being no atmosphere and other anomalies. He wrote, U.S. prosecutors have declared themselves the supreme arbiters of international football affairs. Mr. Markin said after resigning last month that he will serve as the first deputy general director of the Rus Hydro Energy Holding.